Right now, for many, getting to the polls is just a quick drive, but what if you don't have a ride? How some groups are making sure you'll be able to cast your ballot.
Plus, Tim Michaels touring Dane County today, how he says he would run elections in the state if elected.
And a Milwaukee election official could face serious criminal charges after admitting to fraudulently requesting ballots. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. We'll get to those stories in just a bit, but first we have alert days in the forecast you need to know about.
Well, many of us could see heavy rain and thunderstorms tomorrow, followed by strong winds on Saturday. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Erica, we've been spoiled for too long, but the weather is going to change pretty dramatically over the next couple of days. Let's start out by looking at visible cloud track. Today was the last really mild day that we probably have for a while. We had sunshine for much of the day before clouds came in and temperatures were in the lower 70s. But you can see on Doppler track, there's not much rain out there. In fact, the only precipitation really of any consequence are some snow showers across the Dakotas. High temperatures today, lower 70s, about 20 degrees above average. Here in Madison, 71 for the high, 73 in Janesville. And as we look at current temperatures, they're still in the upper 60s to around 70. Here in Dane County, we've got temperatures ranging from 69 in Belleville to 70 in Cross Plains and 71 degrees in McFarland. Now, we have alert days in the forecast for tomorrow. We'll see some showers and thunderstorms off and on. Some of those could produce heavy rainfall of 2 inches or more, especially from Madison and areas on toward the west. And on Saturday, very strong winds could gust to 45 to 50 miles per hour. Again, all of us will see the strong winds, but the best chances will be from Madison on toward the east. For this evening, look for mostly cloudy skies, windy, continued unseasonably mild. Temperatures only dropping into the middle 60s by late evening. The rain will come sometime during tomorrow morning. I'll have more on the timing and the specific amounts in just a few minutes.
With 5 days left before Election Day, time is running out on some important deadlines for voters that need to be aware of. Let's start with requesting an absentee ballot via the mail. Today is the last day you can make that request, but the U.S. Postal Service warns the ballot may not be delivered by Election Day.
And then tomorrow will be the final day to vote at an in-person absentee voting location. Now, remember to bring proof of residence like a paycheck, utility bill, or driver's license. If you don't register by tomorrow, don't worry, you will still be able to register at the polls on Election Day.
And finally, Sunday, November 6th is the last day to vote in person absentee at various locations in Madison before Election Day.
Of course, millions of people will personally go to their polling place on Tuesday. Sometimes that's just a short walk from home.
But what if you can't walk or drive there? There are companies and groups stepping up to make sure everyone who wants to vote can. Catherine Merck explains.
We're really hoping people are going to be able to come out to the polls.
An election that's just around the corner. It's the chance to lift up everyone's voice.
We're a worker-owned cooperative, and as such, we believe in democracy.
That's why Union Cab of Madison is ready to give you a lift, too.
Union is trying to make it so that there are as few barriers as possible to be able to exercise that right.
One factor that can keep people from casting their ballot is making sure that they're actually able to get there.
31% of Wisconsinites are non-drivers, according to the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
Some of those people have family, friends, or neighbors who can drive them to the polls, but Disability Rights of Wisconsin knows many don't.
It's very disturbing when someone is not able to participate in our democracy and exercise that basic civil right because they can't get accessible transportation.
This coming Tuesday, Union Cab and many others are offering free rides to the polls, making it possible to focus less on how you're going to get there and more on who you're going to choose.
We want people to get involved, and we want to hear people's voices and make the right decisions that way.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
That's a great service, and we have a list of places offering free rides to the polls. You can find it at channel3000.com.
One of the top elections officials in Milwaukee is out of a job today, just 5 days before the midterms. We found out today that Milwaukee Election Commission Deputy Director Kimberly Zabata ordered 3 absentee ballots to be sent to a state representative. Mayor Cavalier Johnson fired her this morning, calling her actions an egregious violation of trust. She ordered the ballots through a special process available to military voters.
Military voters are not required to register to vote. They are exempt from providing photo ID or any other type of ID information. And so it is my belief that she was pointing out that you can go onto the public system, make up a person, and request a ballot.
A federal law actually requires states to make it easier for military voters to cast their ballots. In a statement today, Megan Wolf, the state's top elections official, says that election frauds remain extremely rare and is quickly discovered when it occurs.
And over what he says are fears of election fraud, the Republican running for governor wants to make some big changes to how the state runs its elections. Political reporter Will Keneally has more on the plan. Will?
Sorry, so Tim Michaels says he'll work to ensure Wisconsinites have faith in the state's elections, which is why he said today that he wants to work with the Republican legislature to do things like eliminate the indefinitely confined status for voters, something that received criticism from conservatives during the pandemic. But he also shared more on what he would want to replace the state's current elections commission with. Go ahead. Right now, the governor and legislative leaders appoint members of the state's bipartisan commission. Michaels did not say who he would appoint to members of the board that he's proposing, but likely would have a partisan lean. Republicans represent 5 out of the 8 congressional districts in Wisconsin. For his part, Michaels says that he will accept the results of the November election, but this also comes the same week that he said during a campaign stop that if he is elected governor, that Republicans will never lose another election.
Will, thank you. The race for governor is now the most expensive in state history. According to the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign, spending as of last week by Governor Evers, Republican challenger Tim Michaels, and special interest groups on both sides neared $115 million. The previous record of $93 million was set in 2018. So far, Governor Evers has spent about $37 million compared with about $24.5 million by Michaels. Meanwhile, express advocacy groups that tell voters who to support have spent just over $45 million.
You can take a closer look at the numbers in the story on the front page of our website. We also have everything you need to know about Tuesday's election, including where you can vote, what you should bring to the polls. It's all at channel3000.com. And of course, we'll also share results in real time as votes are counted on Election Day.
All lanes on the Beltline are back open after a vehicle crashed into a squad car this afternoon. This happened between the West Broadway and John Nolan Drive exits going westbound. An incident report says the driver of the vehicle was fleeing a traffic stop by another department. They were taken into custody. 2 MPD officers were injured and hospitalized as a precaution. Both are expected to recover.
Well, investigators with the Wisconsin Department of Justice say a man died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound following a multi-county chase. The suspect has been identified as 19-year-old Samuel Santiago of Milwaukee. The chase happened October 22nd following an incident in Dubuque. It then went through Grant, Lafayette, and Greene counties. A Lafayette County Sheriff's deputy fired their weapon during the chase, but officials did not say if any of the shots hit Santiago. He later crashed in Greene County and ran off. As authorities searched for him, they reportedly heard a gunshot and found Santiago, who died at the scene. We have a programming alert for you this weekend. On Saturday, 48 Hours on CBS will be covering the Chandler Halderson case. The show will retell the story of the investigation and trial, including new interviews with investigators, those who knew the Halderson family, and reporters who covered the case. Chandler Halderson was found guilty of murdering his parents, Bart and Krista, and dismembering them. They were from the village of Windsor. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. That episode will air Saturday, 9 p.m. on CBS. It'll also stream on Paramount+. You can also find our extensive coverage of the case at channel3000.com.
Coming up, a World War II veteran is laid to rest.
And Habitat for Humanity celebrating the progress it has made in addressing the growing housing gap. We'll be right back.
Black November starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save big on appliances like this Whirlpool all-gas range, now just $6.99. Plus, guaranteed delivery within 5 days. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
This Greek food looks fantastic. Where did you find this place?
Well, I researched online. They had the best reviews everywhere I looked.
Wow, well, the reviews were right. See any other companies we need to try?
Well, now that you mention it, we do need to replace our bathtub.
We have been putting it off. Who should we use?
Mad City.
Mad City?
That's right, Mad City. They have lots of 5-star ratings on every review site.
Mad City Baths is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler for baths, showers, and walk-in tubs, installed in as little as 1 day. Plus now, it's Black Friday all month at Mad City. Call during this program and double your savings. Save $1,500 on a new bath or shower. Double it to 4 years interest-free financing. And double your bonus to a $500 Mad City gift card with purchase. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
I see your hard work, everything you do to try to make it. But people continue to be left behind. I'm running for Senate to put more money in your pocket. Ron Johnson's had 12 years to make things better, but costs are still rising, and all he's managed to do is write a tax cut for himself. I believe better is possible. I believe hard work can pay off, and I'll never stop fighting until it does. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Black November starts now at Ashley. For a limited time, take a bonus 20% off your purchase of $19.99 or more at checkout. Plus, get 60 months special financing, no minimum and no money down. Happening now only at Ashley.
Welcome back. Dane County is currently facing an affordable housing crisis, with 7% of households spending over 50% of their income on housing. Habitat for Humanity is trying to change that one house at a time by building affordable housing in 18 communities across Dane County. Today, they teamed up with Ready Mix Concrete Association for a Behind the Build event. It celebrates the progress made and it introduces the people and partners who help bring the homes to life.
It'll be good for the environment as well as good for our families. We'll save energy costs over the 30 years or more life of the house, of course. It'll also be a quieter home, produced more environmentally sound, but it'll also save for that homeowner over the life of their home the energy costs that they will take to heat the home.
This project is part of a wider initiative to construct more than 50 sustainable concrete homes in 50 states in 5 years. Since February of last year, 47 homes have been constructed in 26 states.
A local World War II veteran who made it all the way to 100 years old was laid to rest today. Marjorie Z. Marshman of Madison passed away October 13th at the VA hospital. You might recall Marjorie from back in September when we wished her a happy 100th birthday. She joined the U.S. Marine Corps February 13th, 1943, and was discharged in February of 46 when she moved to Madison. And still ahead, Pfizer begins its study of a 2-in-1 vaccine for both COVID and the flu.
Plus, a common antibiotic is now becoming more hard to find. The reason why and what to do if you can't find it.
And what's the weather like as we head to the weekend? Gary's back with more of those big changes. His forecast after a short break.
Black November starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save big on appliances like this Whirlpool all-gas range, now just $6.99. Plus, guaranteed delivery within 5 days. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Mad City Baths can help you design the perfect bathroom to fit your lifestyle and needs. Whether it's a new bathtub, a walk-in shower with grab bars and handhelds, or even a new walk-in tub, we install in as little as 1 day, backed with a double lifetime labor warranty. It's Black Friday all month at Mad City. Call now and double your savings. Save $1,500 on a new bath or shower, 4 years interest-free financing, and double it to a $500 Mad City gift card with purchase.
Aren't you tired of the division and the anger? I know I sure am. Our country faces enormous challenges. I promise I'll do everything I can to help make things better, and I'll always tell you the truth. What continues to give me hope are the kind and decent people I meet all over Wisconsin. People who love America and are willing to work hard to unify and heal it. Please join us. I'm Ron Johnson, I approve this message, and I'm asking for your vote.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
For Clinton Anderson, our community is is his top priority. He's delivered for middle-class families on the Beloit City Council, and he'll keep fighting to lower costs for us in the Assembly. Jeff Klett's priorities are all wrong. He supports dismantling our public schools, wants to slash community services to give tax breaks to his billionaire backers, and he'll vote with extreme Republicans to enforce Wisconsin's abortion ban, which could send doctors to prison. We can't afford Jeff Klett.
Black November starts now at Ashley. For a limited time, take a bonus 20% off your purchase of $19.99 or more at checkout. Plus, get 60 months special financing, no minimum and no money down. Happening now only at Ashley.
It's a common antibiotic used to treat a broad range of conditions, but the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says amoxicillin is in short supply.
Mandy Gaither has more with the pharmacy experts on what to do if you can't get your prescription filled.
A shortage on the shelves across the U.S. Some local pharmacies having trouble filling prescriptions for amoxicillin.
Because of the surge in respiratory infections, we think it's causing an increase in demand for the antibiotic amoxicillin, and particularly pediatric dosage forms, which include suspensions, form of an oral liquid, or chewable tablets.
Michael Gagnon with the American Society of Health System Pharmacists says that while amoxicillin wouldn't be used to treat a viral infection like RSV, some may develop secondary bacterial infections that require antibiotics if you can't get your prescription filled.
Work with the pharmacist there or with their prescriber to find another pharmacy that might have the drug in stock. There may be a different concentration or dosage form that's available. But there's also several other options that can be used as far as antibiotics go.
COVID-19 mitigation measures like masking lowered rates of other infections, so some drug companies say there had been little demand for the medicine during the height of the pandemic. Since the antibiotic is made when there's a demand for it, the companies need time to catch up.
In this case, there are some allocations, meaning the pharmacies can't order up more than what they normally stock. So that can make it difficult to meet the full demand that's out there right now.
I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, health experts say you can also call your pharmacy to check to see if they have the drug in stock at the strength prescribed before you make the trip there. Pfizer launching a study for a COVID-flu vaccination combo. Today, the company announced the first participant has received a dose in phase 1 of the trial. That shot contains Pfizer's updated bivalent COVID booster, and it's an investigational flu vaccine. Meanwhile, vaccine makers Moderna and Novavax are also working on combination vaccines.
Some rain and thunderstorms are heading this way to start off your weekend. Here's Gary with a complete look at the forecast.
Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch. Showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, and then wind on Saturday. We have alert days in the forecast for tomorrow for the potential for some of that rain to be heavy. A lot of areas could see around 2 inches of rain. Now, since it's been dry around here, I don't think it's going to lead to any widespread flooding, but there could be some areas that see a little bit more than that, perhaps as much as 3 inches or more in areas that get a couple of rounds of heavy thunderstorms. So all of southern Wisconsin will be affected by this. The best chances for the heaviest rain will be to the west of Madison. Then for Saturday, after a cold front sweeps through early in the morning, the heavy rain threat goes away, but the winds start to pick up, and we'll see some wind gusts of 45 to 50 miles per hour or stronger. And again, all of southern Wisconsin will be affected by the strong winds. The strongest winds are most likely to be from Madison on toward the east. Again, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Doppler track. Right now, Wisconsin is in the clear. We have cloudy skies across much of the western part of the state, but the nearest precipitation really of any consequence is some light snow across parts of the Dakotas. That changes to rain in the warmer air, but we're watching the area down across Kansas, Oklahoma, and northern Texas for severe thunderstorms to develop later on tonight. Tomorrow, the severe weather threat shifts down toward Dallas-Fort Worth, where a level 3 or enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms and the possibility for some strong tornadoes in this area. Now, as a cold front moves northward, again, we could see the possibility for some strong winds. There's an outside chance there could be an isolated brief tornado spin up like we saw about a week ago, but I think the chances are very small, but it's the strong winds that most of us are going to be concerned with. As we look at the weather track, the jet stream basically from southwest to northeast, that's starting to pull moisture northward from the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll see showers and storms break out pretty rapidly over the next 12 to 24 hours to our south and west. Just clouds there right now, not much in the way of precipitation, but there's a cold front to the west. It extends down to an area of low pressure temperature in Colorado, and that's what will sweep through on Saturday. But in the short term, our winds out of the south right now, keeping temperatures unseasonably mild, upper 60s through most of Wisconsin. The other side of that cold front, those temperatures drop off into the upper 30s and lower 40s. On future track beginning tomorrow morning, notice just a couple of showers here, but showers and storms moving pretty rapidly, but in clusters through the day tomorrow, into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. The cold front, you can pick that out right here. That's where the wind shift from the southeast to the southwest. That's where the strongest winds will be. So the rain ends, but the winds pick up during the day on Saturday before this whole system lifts off to the north and east, and we'll see perhaps a little more sunshine as we head into Sunday. So for tomorrow, windy or breezy, not as mild, showers and thunderstorms, especially by mid to late morning, high of 64 early in the day, and then temperatures holding steady or even falling off a bit as the rain moves in. Again, on future track beginning early tomorrow morning, a couple of showers to start out with west of Madison, but one round of showers and storms in the morning, another one in the afternoon. Notice the temperatures dropping into the 50s as the rain moves in. Another round tomorrow night, so that's why we're looking at those heavy rainfall amounts, and then that wind shift from southeast to southwest as the cold front sweeps through, and the strong winds and the falling temperatures on Saturday. By late afternoon, we're in the 40s. And the rainfall amounts, again, about 2 to 3 inches from Madison on toward the west especially, but most of southern Wisconsin seeing some decent rainfall amounts. And these wind gusts by early Saturday afternoon, somewhere between about 45 and 50 miles per hour over parts of the state. 7 to 10 day forecast. Temperatures in the lower 60s on Sunday and above normal as we head into Election Day Tuesday. Should be dry during that period. Some showers late in the day on Thursday and another strong cold front. Windy and colder for Veterans Day, and perhaps some rain and snow showers by the end of next weekend.
And coming up in sports, it's a bond that's deeper than football. We go one-on-one with Nick Herbig and Kamoi Latu. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Tired of that old, outdated bathtub? A beautiful new walk-in shower is just a phone call away. Mad City Baths is your trusted local source for custom bath solutions installed in as little as 1 day. Enjoy easy access, plus easy cleaning. Choose from premium wall colors, including Santa Cruz, Othello, and Quartz. If you've been on the fence about updating your bathroom, remember it's Black Friday all month at Mad City. Save $750 with interest-free financing for 2 years and get a $250 Mad City gift card with purchase. But last chance to call during this program and double your savings. Save $1,500 on a new bath or shower. Double it to 4 years interest-free financing, and we'll double your bonus. Receive a $500 Mad City gift card with purchase. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
A 12-year-old girl can't legally drive a car. At 12, she can't even vote. But if this little girl were tragically raped or a victim of incest and became pregnant, radical Tim Michaels would force her to deliver the baby. He said it's, quote, not unreasonable for the state government to mandate rape victims to give birth. Would it be unreasonable if he were forcing this on you? Let him know on Election Day.
The upcoming holidays are hectic enough without having to worry about appliances breaking down. Family-owned Brothers Maine is having a Veterans Day sale featuring kitchen and laundry deals on GE appliances. The lowest prices guaranteed. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
It was Halloween. My daughter stopped at 3 homes, her girlfriend's house, her teacher's house, and the man that murdered her. He molested her and he put her in a garbage bag. He was going to be released in 2018. Josh called. He was not there for me at all. You want some help to find out what's going on, and he doesn't help. He don't care about the victims. I know Eric Toney does. Eric Toney helped keep that man that murdered my daughter from being released. Eric Toney's always been there for me, and that's the kind of attorney general we need.
As Campaign 2022 approaches the finish line, News 3 Now presents a special midterm election preview.
We're spotlighting key races and issues, fact-checking candidates, and hearing the voices of voters in battleground Wisconsin.
Saturday at 7 p.m. on News 3 Now.
On the field, Nick Herbig and Kamoi Latu are two of the hardest hitters on the Wisconsin defense. Off of it, they share a bond that the two describe as a brotherhood. And it's one they love to share with their teammates.
Pressure from Herbig.
back, and Nick Herbig throws him down.
A long way from Camp Randall,
Throws, and it's intercepted by Kamo'i Latu.
football brought Nick Herbig and Kamo'i Latu together in high school. When did you know that you guys would be best friends?
I mean, we really just met like summer of football, our freshman year. Nick was new.
All these guys like know each other, and so they're all in their little cliques or whatever, and I'm just over there like by myself with my grandpa like before practice, like sitting up against the fence.
And the two were inseparable until college, when Nick left Hawaii for Wisconsin.
The night before Nick left, me and him had like a little bro date at one of our favorite spots we like to eat at.
And Kamo'i went to Utah.
And we would FaceTime every day, every night.
2 years later,
We always wanted to play football together as long as we could. And you know, the opportunity presented itself, and I kind of just gave him a call and told him, like, man, like, I think this is a place for you.
How much convincing did Nick have to, you know, get you to come here?
We would joke around about it. I would be like, what's up? Like, I'll tell Nick, like, what's up? Like, tell your coaches, like, what's up? Like, but, you know, even to this day, we'll talk about it, like, man, it doesn't even really feel real that, like, we're here, the same college, playing together.
Living together.
We share a room.
Yeah, we share a room.
And sharing their culture.
My mom made spam musabis for the whole team on the airplane, and I think that was like something special that we wanted to do, but just to give somebody, like, people a taste of like kind of things we eat.
Look at the bag.
It's a blessing to share, you know, our culture and the way we live in Hawaii, and I feel like that plays a big part, you know, in me and Nick, you know, just keep moving forward, you know, with football and, you know, with school. That keeps a drive under us because we know we come from a special place.
The game day fit that you guys wore, I think you've worn it more than once, but I saw a picture of you two wearing it. How much pride do you have in wearing that?
Dressing him up in, you know, my cultural attire, you know, it meant a lot. Like, even before we stepped off the bus, like, seeing Nick walk in front of me, my eyes were watering. You know, yeah, it's just, you know, it's just something special, you know, just, it's family.
I don't even think blood could make us closer. And just getting his blessing for him and his grandma and his dad, you know, kind of just all of them letting me know, like, you can wear this, like, go ahead. You know, it kind of meant a lot to me.
And this family is now representing Hawaii on college football's biggest stage.
You know, just because we're from Hawaii, just because we're from a little island with 60,000 people, like, you can still do it. Doesn't matter where you come from. Like, if you work hard, man, and you dream big, that anything's possible. You know, I'm living proof.
So you ball out in high school, you're balling out in college. What's next?
That would be such a dream. Crazy. You know, we're on the same NFL team. Probably be living together again. Maybe not sharing a room. You know, I probably want my own room. But
yeah, he snores too loud.
Pressure from Herbig. Down goes Anixted, courtesy of Nick Herbig.
Just two kids from small islands in the middle of the ocean, you know, spreading our culture. You know, it's a blessing.
Down he goes. Kamo'i Latu on the blitz.
If they're sharing a room when they're in the NFL, that'll be a little...
Hey, a lot of great football players out there. Nice pipeline to build. No pun intended on the pipeline. Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Yeah, temperatures right now still very mild. Upper 60s to around 70 degrees, 68 in Madison, but 70 right now in Verona, 68 in Deerfield. Those temperatures will stay mild this evening, only dropping off into the middle 60s by late evening. Look for showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, and then a lot of wind on Saturday. Alert days for both tomorrow and Saturday.
Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News Free Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.